We have, as we've discussed before, I forgot all 3 counties. We handle over 5,500 cases a year in those 3 counties. 5,500. That's both juvenile and adult cases, and I have only 13 prosecutors to handle those cases. So all of them are handling. When you have prosecutors that have to handle 400 to 475 cases per prosecutor every year, you're going to have delays, and that's the problem with our system. And it's not just, it's bad for defendants who are waiting to have their cases heard, some of them sitting in jail, but it's also very, very bad for victims. They shouldn't have to wait years to have their cases heard.
Yeah. Unfortunately, your job in some instances has been to interpret that type of behavior or to prosecute people who have engaged in illegal acts, or what's considered to be illegal acts, and then you have to prosecute them. Recently you've had the shooting out in is that Utahville?
Utahville, yeah.
You want to talk about the case?
I don't want to talk about it too much because it's still pending, unfortunately. But I'll say this: that I've never thought that race was an issue in that case. That case didn't occur because of race. I'll say that, and that's in fact, anybody that's seen me try that case knows that I've never injected race whatsoever.
And you did not. And you did not. And you did not. Unfortunately, you did not. But the thinking on the parts of many people
on both sides,
was that race very well may have been an issue, only because of the historical significance of what took place.
Exactly.
A person in power using their power against someone who was powerless in that regard. A person who was armed with a weapon killing someone who was unarmed. So historically, that is it has some significance. But we applaud your office for prosecuting that case twice, and many others. Tell us about some of the challenges that you're facing right now as a solicitor and in your department, other than the fact that you don't have enough prosecutors.
Yeah, and that's really the biggest challenge. I hate to say it, is funding. The toughest part of this job is that I have to be an administrator, because we're not even considered county agencies in the
I remember we talked about that the last time.
Now I'll say this: one great thing that's happened, especially in Orangeburg County, with Harold Young and Willie B. Owens and the entire county council, in the last couple of years, Johnny Wright, all of them, Clyde, Livingston, all of them, they've recognized that public safety is a core function of government. And a year and a half ago, or a little over a year ago actually, they put their money where their mouth is, and they increased funding for the solicitor's office, and it's really helped out a lot. It's allowed me to move cases a little bit faster and not have to lose a prosecutor, which we were about to do last year.
I remember.
Now, fortunately, also Dorchester still needs to pick it up, but even they've recognized this year the importance of public safety. They gave us a little bit of increase.
What's their population out there compared to Orangeburg County?
Oh, it's 60,000 more in Dorchester.
So we got like 160,000.
And don't forget, Dorchester has the lowest poverty rate in the state. Orangeburg's poverty rate is
I didn't know that.
Well over 20%. It's more than double Dorchester's.
I was not aware of that.
But Orangeburg gives the solicitor's office about $2.50 more per capita than Dorchester.
So
I mentioned this last week in an event I was at, that I don't believe in coincidence. And it was just a little over a decade ago, we had the worst violent crime rate in the country. Not just in the state, but Orangeburg had the worst in the country. And now we've seen a drastic reduction in violent crime because of efforts such as yourself and others in the media. Pastors all over this county working with youth, like my good friend Donald Green and others, working with youth and steering them away from crime. And there's just not a coincidence that hard work in the last decade has started to pay off.
It takes a community of people, Mr. Pascoe, as you know.
One thing I'm really proud of is seeing what others that have worked under me in the last 20 years now, when I was a team leader in Richland County, now a solicitor, what they've gone on to become, whether they become magistrates, judges, circuit court judges. I really am proud of that.
Yeah, you've been not only a great solicitor, but a great teacher. You are to be commended, because they come and get you like a bulldog to go and handle the big guys. And the current lieutenant governor, who was once the attorney general, was a friend of ours, Mr. Henry McMasters, and Mr. Myrick in his office, and all those guys. You guys have a big job on your hand. And I'm wondering why they didn't go get Mr. Myrick or one of those people out of the attorney general's office to come after Bobby Harold. They came to Orangeburg County to find the solicitor. that we have, and so that's a good thing. So we got a top guy here, everybody. I want you to know that our solicitor is the solicitor they come to get when the big cases have to be tried and prosecuted.
I'm not smart enough to turn him down.
Well, well, you can say that if you
Yeah,
want, but I
appreciate it.
think we
Thank
know
you.
a little better.
Yeah, thank
Ladies and gentlemen, this is New Perspectives. I'm Harvey Elwood, and we want to thank again the solicitor who's been our guest today, and all that he continues to do. And if we ever need to do anything, you call on us, you let us know.
You got it. Thank you.